There it goes. Well, Scott, I wouldn't say better, but at least I'm in the video now. Check out insights. Alright. Yeah, this is odd. Like, I went through a test feed yesterday and didn't look anything like this. I can't find my statistics. Alright, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so for those of you that don't know who I am, Sean Duffy. I run Dog Days RC, along with, I have a great crew that pretty much helps everything between setup and, just running logistics of the series the past, 6 years. We've taken some time off. Haven't really run any events other than a charity event we did last year. Let me know if feed's coming through alright. Alright, so I just wanted to do a live feed, talk about, where we came, what we've been up to, and where we're going. Alright, so let's talk about where we come from. The idea of Dog Days started back in 2016. A group of us were sitting around in the pit area downstairs in Bumps and Jumps, wishing the season wasn't coming into an end. None of us were really ready for 8th scale at that time, and all the big races, and the only race series during the summer was geared towards 8th scale. So about that time, Summer Sizzler was doing really well, so I decided as an experiment to see if we can get people to come out and play in the dirt with their 10 scale vehicles. So at first it was just a 4-race series between Pit Stop and Mushroom Bowl, and the name, it was then named Dog Days of Summer, because it was every 2 weeks during the hottest part of the summer. I believe it was Mark Nelson who suggested that name, and it kind of stuck. So, to our surprise, we exceeded our goals for that first season of the series. We decided to expand it to 5 races at 5 different tracks, with tracks such as the track down at Gaithersburg, Mimi's, Adrenaline, Tap RC, Bumps and Jumps, and obviously Mushroom Bowl as well, Pit Stop. So we had a few successful years running a 5-race series during the summer, and decided to experiment and expand it to a larger race series. So this time we ran 9 races in the series, which consisted of 3 mini-series. 3 races were ran on carpet. It was, let's see, DRP, Trains and Lanes, and Ridgefield. 3 races were ran on high bite clay, so that was Tap RC, the track, and Adrenaline. And then the final 3 races were out on loose outdoor dirt. So Pit Stop Hobbies, G's, and Trains and Lanes Outdoor. So it's probably the only time I've seen 10 scale on their outdoor track, and everyone had a blast. I thought it was fun. So Another thing we did on that race season was the track that got the most votes received a free pizza race that we ran at the end of the series. So we would come in and purchase pizzas for the racers, and the track would get all the proceeds. So it was an incentive for tracks to send their racers to each of the series races to get their votes in. Pit Stop would overwhelmingly win the pizza race, and this is where we made the announcement that we would be putting an end to the race series. So the decision to end the series was a difficult one. However, I just couldn't afford to keep paying for it out of pocket, and I wanted to focus on my race program more. So anyone that has talked to me about it knows that we ended up losing a good bit of money in that last series. So I had to put family first, and obviously like I said, I wanted to focus on becoming a better racer as well. So couldn't do that if I'm constantly running the races. Let's see, questions so far. Only 5 viewers. All right. Well. So what have we been up to? Since the end of the race series, we've done several single-day race awards races. A very successful charity race at G's. I think we raised nearly $5,000 for Ronald McDonald House, and there were 2 other charities that got proceeds from that. I also helped in getting 2 new off-road racetracks up and running, Scale Speed Raceway and the Factory RC Raceway. With the closing of Scale Speed Raceway, obviously the new home of Dog Days RC has become the Factory Raceway in New York. I'm getting there, Garland. So we plan on continuing building on a successful first season in the at the factory going into 22-23 season. We have some big plans for that. We're also working hard on bringing a revolutionary new product to market. So some more details are to come about that. I think Garland had a little bit of insight on that as well. All right, so where are we going? The big question. So we plan to continue the original mission of Dog Days RC, which is to bring the fun to the race events. This is and always will be a race program by racers for racers. So the plan is, with enough support, we plan to bring back mini-series of 3 or 4 races to our region. We also plan on, we're still open to running single-day awards race events as well, so please hit me up if you need that at your tracks. So during this time off, we've maintained our extensive network of connections with many of the RC racing industry. So we plan to bring back our event sponsors and all the door prizes and fun games that we usually do. So like I said, I can't afford to keep paying this out of pocket. So how we're going to get there? I'm going to be start listing some items for sale on the Facebook page, and a soon to be posted new website, such as t-shirts, pit gear, and items like that, to generate the capital that we need to get the race series back up and running. So we're basically starting from scratch right now, and we're looking for our loyal followers to help support us, to get us there, get some cool swag out of the deal, and hopefully bring back the race series better than ever. So we already have several tracks lined up that want to do a mini carpet series. Nothing's in stone yet, so we're still working out some of the details. If this mini series proves to be successful, the plan is to then hold a 10 scale mini outdoor series in the spring and summer, followed by an 8th scale mini series in summer. Um, so all the while, we're going to continue working on offering more pit gear to sell on our site, and finally bringing this product that I alluded to earlier. We've been creating ramps and jumps and landers out of high density foam at the factory. So we're working on getting them production ready and bringing them to market so that other tracks can take advantage of having perfectly cut jump profiles done by computer operated 5-axis, hot wire machine. Everything's, perfect. You don't have wood bowing or, uh, you know, different thicknesses from one side to the other. Uh, so that way, you don't have to try and fight the track and figure out, what's the best part of the jump to hit. Oh, Dom. Yeah, I agree. White wheels are better. Go home, you're drunk. Not yet. What's everyone drinking, by the way? All right, so like I said, these foam jumps, once we get them a little closer to being ready, we're going to put out some promotional videos and materials. Um, the great thing about them is, they're very durable. They can withstand having a grown man, walking across them. They're not hard like wood or metal jumps would be, so they offer some give, kind of like it almost feels like a dirt surface when you press down on it. So it provides a better surface for vehicles to jump from and land on. This in turn is going to make it easier on the racer's equipment and make for better racing as well. Orange Crush. Sounds good with whiskey. Alright, so like I said, we'll be making an official announcement as we get closer to having them production ready. Come on, guys, it's almost the weekend. Have a drink. Alright. So, the goal here, besides, bringing, some cool swag to the market and putting together some, really fun events and getting to hang out with, all of our favorite RC people, is all of our hard work. We want to eventually be able to fund the creation of a software system to be used by racetracks, organizers, etc., to help organize and promote their race events, much like we do for Dog Days RC. So I plan to pour, what I've learned from doing this over the past 6 years into an easy-to-use platform so that everyone can enjoy a Dog Days-like race experience. So I have a software plan, software solution already planned. I've done, plenty of interviews with track owners and got tons of feedback. So far, everything I heard was, they were really interested in it. The thing I need to get past is the upfront, hosting and fees to put it out there so that everyone can use it. So once we start to build up a little capital, we'll get started on making that software, and in turn, I hope this, makes it better for everyone in the RC community to have better race events. So I'm going to put a question out to everybody. What other pit gear or items would you like to see us offer on the site? So go ahead and comment there, or you can PM me directly or the page. What would you like to see us bring to our race events? Like any other games or anything like you'd like us to try, and anything to make the event more fun. We're open to suggestions. So it's not a dictatorship here. I'm very open to suggestions or criticism. If you see something at one of my events that you don't like, feel free to tell me. I'm not gonna take it personal. I don't have a thin skin, so um, or maybe you just don't understand, what we're trying to accomplish, and I can explain it to you. Would anybody be interested in race clinics? We can come in, um, hire someone to come in and kind of talk through the logistics of some aspect of racing, or maybe even a Marshall 101 clinic, where we're teaching newer drivers, new racers, what's the best way to marshal a race. Just stuff like that. Another idea I was kicking around was offering a consignment site. So, obviously this would be for, bigger ticket value items, but, send it in, we post it up on the site, take, pictures of. Unfortunately, Ray, that running a track in reverse doesn't always work. It's going to have to really rely on the layout to function both directions. But I like the idea. Yeah, we call them martial appreciation races. Usually, everyone just kicks in a buck, and winner takes all. With some of the really consistent guys like Don, it usually comes down to whose battery lasts the longest. Those guys never wreck and don't need marshals. Another thing we wanted to ask, do you guys want to see more RC flea markets? We've done several of them in the past, and they were, moderately well turned out, but I'd like to see more people come out to them. What can we do to make them better? Something else I wanted to try to start offering is paint masks. I have a silhouette that I use to cut out paint masks that I use for my painting. So why not offer that to anyone else to purchase, and then we could start putting that towards funding our software project. And I did start talking to somebody about making Dog Days RC sticker sheets. So if you guys want to, show your support by getting a sticker sheet and putting them on your vehicles, you'll be able to do that. Alright, so I just threw a whole lot of information at you guys. So open it up to question and answer. If you guys have any question, comment, concern, post it up in the comments. I'll try to answer them as I can. So, also while we're doing that, where's everybody racing this weekend? I heard Thomas and Ezra are currently running e-buggy at LCRC's final club race tonight. Wish I could have made that, but still waiting on my speed control for my truggy, and I had a bunch of other stuff to get done today. Work kept me late, so there was no way I was going to make it. So I think Pit Stop is racing Friday. Let me pull up my calendar quick. Wrong one. What tracks are you thinking about having for 10 scale miniseries? Ray, for outdoor? I'm not sure yet. I haven't reached out. I haven't made it that far ahead. I want to try and get through the carpet series before I start devoting a ton of effort into 10 scale outdoor series. Because I mean, if we can't fund the awards, there's no sense in doing that. But yeah, once I have more information, I will definitely post it. Oh, thank you, Garland. But yeah, any tracks that are interested in having us, run an event or be part of a series, please feel free to reach out to either me or the Dog Days page. I'll get it there as well. So yeah, while we're waiting for some responses there, I want to look up my calendar here, see what's going on this weekend. Oh, oh, how could I forget? Tilted Worlds this weekend down in Tilt Yard uh, in Virginia. That's one you definitely don't want to miss. Unfortunately, I had some family events this weekend that I couldn't get out of, so I had to change my plans up from that. Uh, but yeah, like I said, Pit Stop is racing on Friday, and Sunday Fun Day at G's. But yeah, currently my plan is to take off this week and next week and just work on preparing for Mutant Challenge. So I might even be inspired enough to start painting a new body. I saw some really great stuff done by James Henry. Kind of got me a little motivated to break out the airbrush gun again. So it's about time to paint up some new bodies anyway. So be prepared for some pictures on Facebook. All right. So I don't see any other questions, comments. Oh, Chris McKean's weekend already started. Work Friday? I'm jealous. So I'm half tempted to come out to Pit Stop tomorrow and run some 10 scale on a 4.0 buggy. We'll see how I feel after work tomorrow. Oh yeah, good point, Scott. Yeah, the Bach guys have been heading up the G's quite a bit, which is kind of cool. Um, oh, I don't want to end the live video. Unfortunately, I have family plans on Sunday already, or else I would definitely want to go. Ah, there you go. 4-day work week. So what do you guys think about us doing more flea markets? I always like doing it, and I'm too lazy to post stuff on Facebook, so flea markets are better. Yeah, Chris, that makes for a long day for sure, but it is nice having 3 days off. So I think the last flea market we did. Oh no, we did one at the factory. That was indoor, which is kind of nice at the end of the race season. Got to blow through a bunch of one-run tires and a bunch of 8 scale tires that I ran from last season, electronics and whatnot. But the one before that we ran at G's, and I swear a monsoon hit out of nowhere, and we ended up racing in it. Um, that was fun until it came time to clean everything. Had to replace a bunch of bearings. So, lesson learned. But yeah, if you guys are interested in us doing a flea market, feel free to reach out. Let us know where you'd like to see it, when you'd like it to be. We're always interested in doing that sort of thing. Now, another initiative that I've talked to some people in the past about, but never really made public, was working with Motorama. So I would love to bring carpet racing to the Motorama event. However, the investment to do so is quite staggering. So if somehow these race series blow up and we can fund it, that is always an opportunity for us to get some 10 scale carpet racing here at Motorama. Alright, so it looks like we have one vote on white for white wheels, so white wheels wins, as always. Eat it, Ray. All right, guys. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions or comments, I'm going to wrap up this live feed. Um, if you're watching this later and have anything you want to contribute, feel free to comment, and I'll respond later. Um, or if you have anything you want to chat about, just hit me up either on the page, or you can message me directly. All right. Well, take care and look forward to seeing everyone at the races.